Hello, my name is Heather Mackey. I am the owner of Rare Bird Medicine, and today I wanted to talk about medicinal moments with the self. Humanity is being given a resplendent opportunity to look at patterns, ways of being, what we do with now, with emptiness. And today, my fellow atom gatherers, whatever atoms are in front of your face today, I welcome, invite, and invoke in myself, and for you as well, if you but choose, the opportunity to select medicinal moments for the self. What does that mean? How do we have medicinal moments with the self? For some of us, we were not raised by two parents and dental appointments and 3 meals a day, or that was not our normal. And we may have developed patterns that are non-self-care patterns because we had perhaps a parent or grandparents that were working all the time, having a difficult time themselves as our teachers, having a difficult time themselves practicing self-care, slowing down to care for the self. They were busy being stewards of little ones. And we may not have learned to floss our teeth every day or even to brush them every day. We may not have learned to eat foods that nourish the self or to drink plenty of water and to slow down. We might have learned to go very fast. So medicinal moments with the self will vary based on the entity that we're speaking to, because we are such a diverse, beautifully diverse group of humans. For me, and for the way that I was raised, medicinal moments with the self that just take a few moments would be learning to habitually floss. I've had some teachers in this vein. I've had some teachers come into my life that in their rearing, they learned that pattern and they're quite adept at it. And it is a learning for me to practice that time to stop and make sure that happens. Make sure that I'm caring for my teeth. Many of the medicine authors I've studied say that the health of your mouth and your teeth can greatly affect your overall health. And you keep 70% of your immune system in your beautiful digestive tract. And what you're eating is what your digestive tract is using to give you nutrients and produce waste. So whatever food you're eating, whatever you have in your home right now, practice some of my teachers would use is to bless the food that they eat. Bless this food, may my body receive its nutrients, and may it release the waste that is not needed. Holding consciousness with the atoms of your food as your own atoms are connected, of what you intend, being an intentional consumer. For many of us, we've turned to comfort foods. In Louise L. Hay, becoming obese or becoming very overweight is wanting protection. We use food as a means to build an outer barrier to protect the self. So usually those ways of being are indicative of somebody that felt they needed safety and didn't have it. So we can be really gentle with ourselves as we may make choices that reflect a desire to be protected, to feel safe, and to be comforted in these hours. And the next time we go to the store, which is hopefully once every 2 weeks, it's hopefully not a daily occurrence, because that would be the stay-at-home request in our nows. is to come out of the pattern we have of running about and using gas and consuming things because we have desire, learning to plan for desire. Perhaps we can grab a sack of sweet potatoes the next time we go to the store and get that pizza, ice cream, whatever comfort food you might use, chips, whatever it is. I grabbed a sack of sweet potatoes, and yesterday I used a little avocado coconut oil, salt and pepper, and made myself homemade sweet potato fries because I wanted a salty snack. And it's more nutrient dense for me. I can also make it a sweet snack. You can just eat it by yourself. It's a sweet snack. If you're Texan, you can put some brown sugar and some pecans on that, if that'll comfort you. So we can take better care of our oral hygiene. We can take better care of our nutrient offerings to the self. Not all humans were taught that they are a temple and a vessel for their offerings, which are precious. Your offerings are precious and unique. Nice. So we can also perhaps drink water. We are very dehydrated people. Coffee is a diuretic, which makes it a dehydrator. Soda, if you drink that, is a dehydrator. It's not hydrating. You're 70% water. The earth is 70% water. You need water. That's just called replenishing what I'm made of. And I'm not a natural water drinker. I'm on the medicine person path because we teach best what we most need to learn. I try to figure out how to get medicinal in the face of trauma. So I can drink more water. You can hear it right now, constantly oh, I'm thirsty. So I can get a glass of water, and in my once every 2 weeks or once per month, the best I can do to go to stores less to support the elderly or poor immune system people that are shopping. I can add a slice of lemon, and that will alkalize the water. And Edgar Cayce, the sleeping prophet, said we should be 80% alkaline, 20% acidic. There are other teachers in the modern age that talk about this balance of somewhere to 70 to 80% alkaline and 20 to 30% acidic. So we can alkalize the body. So, coffee is acidic, meat is acidic. There are a lot of acidic things we consume. So we can, if we're going to consume them, do whatever you want with emptiness. Take it in however you like. You can also contribute and add to your life some alkalizing water. If they're all out of toothpaste, or if we wind up all out of our mint mouthwash, hydrogen peroxide, the 99 cents a bottle stuff that you can use on a wound, you can use as a mouthwash. It's a natural mouthwash. And, that's something you can get that's very medicinal. And if you have any cuts in your mouth, if you bit your mouth, then it can help to heal that, as it also works as a mouthwash for you. So the way we get medicinal is step by step. All the things I've looked at in life that I've tried to garner some level of excellence over, whether that be how I keep my house, coming from a group of people, or an RNA and a DNA storyline in there somewhere where some of the people I come from wanted to hoard things or collect and gather and have lots of things. One of the ways I've learned to have less, to clean less items, and to keep it clean more often and have a nicer home has been to break it down into small parts. And one of the ways I've learned to get organized or It's about breaking it down, or to get healthy, breaking it down into small parts. What small part, what medicine moment can I give myself today? Can I maybe drink some water? Can I stretch? So I mentioned before that Nicole Pryke and Mary Armstrong, two people I dearly love, are yoga instructors, and they're offering some online teachings. Can I put on this online teaching? I don't have internet. I don't have a computer, but I have a phone. Can I maybe turn to their online offering and receive that information and those wisdoms? Both of those humans have offered me wisdom that I think of to this day when I do yoga. So can I turn to these wisdoms that are now abundantly offered to me and practice it for 5 minutes? You don't need to start doing yoga 30 minutes a day, 7 days a week. Would that be great? Sure, but start where you are. Every time I get out of practice with yoga and I go back into practice, I tell Heather, you only need to do it for 5 minutes. It's just like 5 minutes of stretching. Your body is tight. Your body will thank you. Just 5 minutes of stretching, and 5 turns into 10, and 10 turns into 15. It's about stepping into the practice. When I clean my entire house, which I'm very grateful I get to do a lot now. I love to clean. I always have. I don't start by thinking about how the whole thing has to be cleaned. I start in one corner, in one room, in one space at a time, just slowly saying, okay, today let me do this closet, or today let me do this corner. Let me start over here. Let me just focus there. I'm going to focus there. Today let me focus here. What is needed here in my vessel? Can I do a little stretching today? Can I be kind to myself today? Ooh, say some nice things. You're doing a great job. You're knocking it out of the park. You're such a good lady. What a nice entity. Or if you don't gender identify, you're such a good being, such a good entity. Can I say the nice things to myself today? You're doing really good. I'm proud of you. Yes, you're humaning right. That's good. Medicinal moments with the self can include kind words, affirmations of the self. You did such a good job of getting up today, Heather, and putting pants on and making a coffee and acknowledging your neighbor for gardening and doing some stretching. And even when I do yoga, I don't sit and do a 30-minute practice. I put out my mat. I do, warrior 1, warrior 2. Like I do a rotation on one side and then on the other. And then I snickle fritz around the house and clean the kitchen counter and then come back and do some crunches. I just leave it available option throughout the day as much as I want to stretch. Taking a tennis ball and placing it, a tennis ball or any ball, in a spot that's sore, allowing it to press in and release the tension and the memory build up in that muscle, just letting it go. So today I invite and invoke the opportunity in myself to offer more medicinal moments for me. Physical acts of service, sacred selfishness. Physical acts of service and sacred selfishness in which I take time to bathe myself in Epsom salts, give myself a pedicure, which is something I never do. Pretend like my toes are the toes of God. Eat the food that serves me sometimes each day. Have some water, floss my teeth, care for me. Give myself a moment with spirit, meditate. For most of us, it would be a sacred medicine to just be still for 5 minutes. Even if we don't clear the mind, just being still. No TV, no outward influence, no tarot readings for me, but just 5 minutes of still. And I invite you to join me in moments of medicine for self. You beautiful, sacred being. May your physical body, may your mind, may your thoughts, may your heart and your feelings, may your spiritual connection, your connection to that which is much larger than our ego's idea of what we believe to be right. May all of these things be blessed. May they be healed. May you feel whole. Always remembering to be ever gentle with the self. May you do the same. Great blessings.